Hello, this is Gizmo and welcome to. This is going to be a little bit weird, even for me, because the audio decided not to get recorded for this one and the next one, so I'll be doing post-commentary. I'm not used to this. Anyway, when we last left off, we had just defeated the Gaping Dragon, I do believe, and we were making our way to Blighttown, which we now have a key for. And I do believe I opened the gate. I really don't know what to speak of in this, so bear with me. This is gonna be pretty horrible. More so than normally, but, you know. Descending further down from the sewers, which should be fairly obvious sign that it's going to be bad, we are finding ourselves going towards the next bonfires, and I do also believe we won't be seeing any bosses in this video, because there's a long time until we reach the next boss. So, have some zombie guys in the meantime. Because zombie guys. Also, there was something else I wanted to say. Oh yeah, for this actual recording, my network play was messed up for one reason or another, which means I couldn't actually play online. So that would be the explanation of why I'm not even bothering going and, you know, reverse hollowing, because there's not much of a point in it. Each. Otherwise, fairly standard for this. Giant, massive zombie guys who will probably knock you on your ass a few times because their swings hit for tons of damage. They also poison you. The good thing about them, though, is that they drop these items called dung pies, which I do believe we have seen a few of, which you can use for acquiring a lot of souls later on. These smaller guys are just kind of annoying. They have a grab attack which will cause you to be very easily savaged. Not good. And if you can see over in the distance, there is somebody shooting little low-height darts at us. I was a lot better at explaining this in the original recording, but oh well, that is an hour of recording that will never see the light of day. I digress. The blowpipe dart guys don't respawn, which is good because they inflict you with toxic, which is basically poison, but it will drain your health at a much more rapid pace, and you will probably die should you catch it. Running down here, I do believe there's a soul item. You know, one of those that I haven't actually used and I have a ton of. I should probably use those at some point. Maybe buy some sorceries. Then start doing PvP. Yeah! Yep, Soul of Proud Knight. Because PvP is totally the manly thing to do, right? I don't want to embarrass myself. I digress though. That's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about Blighttown, which we are currently just trying to enter. Which is apparently a fairly big area regarded as being complete bullshit and annoyance by many people. I don't understand why, I kinda like it. I mean, it's a great designed area, it feels much more oppressive than most of the other parts of the game, and that's saying a lot. And it's just... I like the design of it. I like the design of it. The entire descent part of it is kind of annoying, because we haven't actually reached Blighttown yet. Also trap. Don't do that, people. Especially not if you don't have as much health as I do. And for the record, I have never taken this route before. I have never even noticed that trap was there, so it was better in the original recording where I was actually just having that because I was screaming my ass off. Also deciding to change to a different weapon because there's fire enemies down here. And they don't take too kindly to fire weapons. Oddly. But I guess I could explain a little bit about Blighttown. It's basically the dump of the city. It's basically where not Analondo, that's a different area entirely. It's basically where Undeadburg, all the trash and everything that goes into the sewer will eventually come out in. It is basically the trap heap and all manner of things and stuff that isn't wanted in Undeadburg goes. And when you know undeads don't want him, well, there's just no helping some people. Regardless though, there are a few good items down here. There's a humanity, 2 fire-breathing doggies, and a windy bridge of windiness. Remember when I said at some point that this game really wants to kill you with its really narrow ledges? Yeah, here's a narrow ledge. It also moves! It is wobbly. And it will kill you. And the probability of you surviving that is fairly good if you just take it off. Otherwise, the enemies in the area are really kind of easy. Most of them. It's easy, what am I talking about? This is Dark Souls, man. Nothing's easy in this game. Regardless. I don't believe I've talked about the moss clumps. Those are actually kind of useful. They will cure you of, well, poison, bleed, toxic, those kind of things. It'll also cure your build-up. Purple for normal poison, purple blooming for toxic and poison, and red for bleed effect. Kinda useful. And here we are at the first bonfire. Yay! And I tried to kindle it for some reason or another. Don't really know why. But I digress. First matter of business when you get down here though, get up here and kill these guys. Otherwise they will make your life a living hell later on. And should you choose to go over here, I do believe this is the way back. Yep, that's the hole we fell down. Right there. That was the trap. There's a whole lot of guys because the rest of the bonfire, so yeah. And they are like, oh no you don't. I'm not used to this. Anyway. I think I'm debating with myself here whether to go back and rest at the bonfire or just wait for that guy. I think I decided to just wait for the guy. Chop him. Chop chop. Choppy choppy. And not rest at the bonfire because that would mean I had to kill all of them again. Waste your all's time. Now over here, immediately to your left, is another enemy. And remember those fire-breathing doggies? Yeah, there's more of those guys. Doggy doggy. And another one of those blowpipe guys. A few more of these. This is one of those areas that if you're not prepared for it, will just wreck you because toxic and enemies all over the place. And, also, tentacle. Yay! We'll be down there in a second. There's a few ways you can go about getting down there, and I do believe I show one of them. I really am not going through this area as thoroughly as I would like. There's a lot of stuff I'm missing. A firekeeper sword, for instance, which would have been nice to have. Also, there's a guy down there and there's a guy over on the other side. Both coming up towards us. Not a good thing, not a good thing. But just kind of wait for it. You can easily back first. You should be good. But at this point in the game, normally you would probably have a much weaker weapon, which means, well, even this. Although that guy will kill you if you try to go in for melee combat. A thing I should learn. So your best bet is... what the juice? Seems to be a oh. The bloke with the poison dart thing, chocolate dart thing, apparently threw himself off a cliff. Best way to deal with this? Pyromancy. All sorts of whichever you have. It dies easily and leaves behind 3,000 souls. And a pyromancy, the power within, which is a pyromancy that will raise your damage output with physical weaponry and treat you like as if you had toxic on you. This guy I personally like to take out with pyromancy because you don't have a lot of space fighting him, and that was close. Sadly he didn't fall off himself, like an idiot. And I waste my last great chaos fireball, like an idiot. I could have done this more efficiently, but yeah, you know, dunk pie, which is kind of gross. Don't worry, we'll be doing something even more gross with it later. Now we are coming up on the first fork gate of this little area. You can actually, if you're really good, I do believe, go all the way down to the bottom of this pit and basically just skip everything. But I don't really fancy trying that because that's a really far drop and I would die should I happen to miss anything, so yeah. Now we're almost at the base. As you can see, we can actually see enemies down at the base of Blighttown now, which means we're almost there, just a little further to go. And in retrospect, I guess I should say that you can go in there to get something or other. I do believe we can there. And these are the enemies that will basically be the entire reason why I switched to a lightning-based weapon instead of fire-based. Those guys, highly resistant to fire. I would be doing like 13 damage to them with my Quelax Fury Sword. I'm not sure what the point of this room is. So I just kind of leave, because hell with it, I'm not going to balance on that thing. And instead we should just go and defeat some more of these guys. That sounds totally viable, right? Right? Guys? Anything? No? Okay. But these insect-looking guys are not much of a pain in the ass unless, well, there happens to be a blow dart pipe gun person blowing at me. And if we come back here, there's a Wanderer's set and a Falcone. I have no idea how to say that, and I don't have the word looked up, so I can't even try and pronounce it phonetically. which would be nice, I guess. Also, welcome to another gaming of Blighttown. See those? Yeah! Those will inflict poison on you, and there will just be a ton of them. They basically respawn. Constantly. Almost. And for the next gimmick, you may want to have the rusted iron ring equipped for this, or something similar. When you get it, at least. You can get it before you get here, but I would suggest not to. And that is because this water will otherwise slow you down. Oh, and it also builds poison. Welcome to why people hate this place. I do believe, though, that I'm about to wrap this all up, because bonfire, and I don't much fancy fighting the next boss, who's right around the corner. So... oh yeah. And there's a treasure in the back of this room. I do believe it is a dragon scale, if I am not mistaken. Just run back here, get a dragon scale. Oh yeah. What? What? Anyway. So, this has been Gizmo Ipsy. Next time, we will be going and fighting the boss of this area.